Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Justin Vieira, and this video is video number 2 in our two-part series talking about how to get a lower interest rate in today's market. Stay tuned. Interest rate buy down is, something that gets referred to as called paying points. And paying points has been around forever, but it's more of the conversation right now because rates are high, obviously. But a buy down that is recently come back into fashion is what we call a 2-1 buy down. That means for the first year, the interest rate is 2% lower than market rate. And then on the second year, it's 1% lower. So for example, if mortgage rates are say 8%, the first year is 6%, the second year is 7%, and then the third year through the remainder of 30 years is going to be at 8%. This idea fits someone who can already afford the mortgage at 8%. And they see the value in the lower 2 years, and they're probably hopeful that they're going to be able to refinance inside of 2 years. So it's a little bit shorter term than I prefer advising my clients into, unless they can afford the longer term rate and they're willing to, and they understand they're taking a little bit of a risk, a calculated risk, that they're going to refi in, probably 2 years to sort of win on that calculation or gamble, as it were. And then if they go 3 or 4 years, they're probably going to more like break even, I would say. It's a longer term strategy where you're simply going to, look at the current rate. Let's say it's 8%, and understand the cost buying it down to say 7%. Maybe 6%, but the thing about buying it down, just straight buy downs over the term of the full mortgage, say 30 years, is that this is much more expensive than your 2-1 buy down. And so for a lot of people, you're probably only going to buy down 1% or 1 point. But you could also go to the seller and negotiate some of the cost of this or all of the cost of this, depending on maybe the home that you're interested in, how long it's been on the market, how negotiable that seller would be. And we're starting to see right now sellers are becoming a little bit more flexible on pricing. And so this is a reasonable strategy for people to consider, the rate buy down, whether you're paying for it or whether the seller's paying for it, or maybe you're doing a combination of the two. And then I'd say the last strategy for people is to look at new construction for the same reasons as the interest rate buy down, but with new construction, home builders, they have much more control over their, let's say, margin or what the home sells for, what they're willing to make profit on. And so typically a home builder can offer a buyer much more what we call seller credit to help the buyer buy the interest rate down and help them afford the home at a much lower interest rate and for a longer term. So what I've seen out there is a builder crediting, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 so that the buyer can get a 6% interest rate for 30 years. And so that can be really appealing to someone who is willing to make some of those trade-offs that come with buying a new home. But that is certainly an option. There are very few sellers out there. It's not impossible, but it's just less common where a seller is going to credit, $15,000 to $30,000 for a buyer to get that significantly lower rate for a longer period of time. But those are several really strong strategies in the market right now to lower your interest rate, lower your mortgage payment, and help you afford and get into the market if that's if that's your goal and maybe your dream to own a home or move up to a new home, bigger home that you've been looking for.